Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 19th through the 25th. And during that time, we first have a waxing crescent moon for the first part of the week. And that's a time of heightened senses when we're starting to execute those things that we started on the new moon, making plans and just taking those first steps towards those things to get to work on them. We then have the first quarter moon that comes in on the 22nd or 23rd, depending on where you are. And that's kind of our first little disruptor. It's when we might feel a little impulsive or impatient. It's hard to buckle down and get anything done. So either take it a little easy that day, or see that as a challenge to learn how to be in control of your impulses. So either way you do that, that's fine. Whatever you decide. Then for the rest of the week, we do have the waxing gibbous, and that is a good time for a deeper understanding and outlook. That moon, the moon is starting to gain light. We're starting to act on our intuition and our introspection, but good time to get some things done. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Capricorn. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is that adjustments are required. All right, let's see what the Capricorn Collective has going on that needs some adjustments this week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week for you is that you keep a spiritual journal. So oftentimes when things are happening in our spiritual life, we just kind of experience them and then forget about them, or things that we learn, it might be really on your mind for a week or two, and then it just kind of fades away. So keeping a journal is a good way to just kind of track where you've been, what things are having an effect on you. You can just kind of see cycles of things that are happening and where you were at a particular time in history. I mean, I wish I had a journal like this from my childhood and on, with the experiences and things that I've had that I think, when did that happen to me? What year? How old was I when I had this or that spiritual experience? So just because it's been a lifetime of those, but I've only started journaling really in the last probably 6 to 7 years, I would say. But before that, I would write down dreams that were very significant, and I've since learned that we should really just be writing down our dreams every day, which I'm still not doing. It's just hard for me to remember them, So I've always worked on that. They say that if you lay still when you first wake up, that and keep your body chemistry the same, that it's easier to remember those dreams. But there's so many times when I'm just having an intense dream and I wake up instantly and I move and that's it. It just, there it goes. It's hard for me to remember them sometimes, but I've been trying to find exercises on how to. Anyway, this has gotten off into the thing of me ranting about dreams. Maybe it's because Capricorn, you need to write down your dreams. Just saying. Anyway, that's my fun weekly reminder, is keep a spiritual journal so that you can keep track of those things. So, all right, let me get into this reading and stop babbling. I swear. Capricorn, July 19th through the 25th, adjustments are required. Your present energy, 3 of Swords. You're not the only one. Several signs this week have been having things coming through, whether it be the Tower card or this 3 of Swords, things that are disruptors, disappointments, and it just happens. Sometimes that's the energy. There's things that just don't go your way, and we kind of have to just deal with it and move on. Let's see what your current situation is. Also, 5 of Cups. Who did I just have? I'm trying to think of which sign, and I'm never going to remember. Let me look back here real quick, because you may have. I think it was that. Maybe it was Libra. If you have a Libra in your life, Capricorn, you may want to go back and also look at their reading. I feel like these are 2 cards that immediately came out, or were at least in their reading. So 3 of Swords, which means some kind of disappointment, some sort of heartbreak, something's going on, but it is making you feel things with this grief card. So yeah, you're sad about it. You're disappointed. Again, your overall is that adjustments are required. So there's something going on that's just, it's upsetting and heartbreaking, and you're sad about it, but adjustments are just going to have to be made. I always say when things like this happen, sometimes there's a lesson hidden in it. It's very hard to see But these are tests. These are the tests of life that come in, and we all go through them. So let's see. At the root of your situation is the Nine of Cups. So there's something that, maybe you were feeling pretty proud and pretty satisfied about, and now just bam, this thing comes in and it's an adjustment. It's going to be, or you're going to have to make adjustments, of course. It's something that maybe, you were planning on things to go one way and it's just not going to go that way. And you have to just make the adjustments and changes to go a different route. What is in your recent past here is the Four of Pentacles. So you're coming into this with, at least with like some monetary and worldly material kind of stability. And that's good. I mean, sometimes, sometimes life just gets crazy and if you feel like everything's falling apart. And it's good if you have some sort of stability in at least one part of your life. And this could be, yeah, this could be anything from, your job is very stable, your money's stable, your spouse, your home life is stable, that sort of thing. So when you have some kind of disruption or heartbreak or something coming in, it's like at least you have that going for you, because if some people don't, some people, things are not stable and it's just that you feel like the whole world's falling apart. That's a really rough feeling. So you're going to get through this and you have people around you and you've got stability around you. So keep remembering that. What is on your mind this week is the Seven of Pentacles. I've also seen this card quite a bit this week. So, you know, these are pentacles, but I see this card as, yeah, we're planting seeds and doing things that harvest, and that can be very work related, but this is also kind of human related. So remember that when you're going through a hard time, you've planted seeds somewhere with friends and family members that were there for you. Um, or you were there for them when they were going through something, and now they are going to be there for you. You've planted those seeds. You've got people around you that care, people around you that are going to help and support you and at least kind of help, talk you through things. So reach out to those people if you need to and do that, because that's harvesting those seeds isn't just about the monetary and the material. What is just ahead of you this week? Knight of Swords. I swear this is nearly identical to the Libra reading. So, Knight of Swords, this means some message comes in that's going to probably change everything. So, just about the time you're feeling this heartbreak and you're feeling this grief about something, bam, here comes some kind of news. And I almost think also it's good news. Like I would say, some of you are a Capricorn Libra couple, and this is just happening to you, and it's happening to both of you. So, go watch that reading again if you're a cross watcher or if you have someone that's a Libra in your life. So this is something, even though you're going through this, here comes this message to come in and maybe change things and turn things around. But that's what making adjustments is about. It's just new information. In your advice position is the High Priestess. So your advice is to go within, to really follow your intuition, to really trust what your inner voice is saying, and also to trust what the universe is doing around you. Sometimes, I always say that there's, through adversity, sometimes there's just a silver lining. There's something that wouldn't have happened to you if not for this adversity. So sometimes the universe is doing things and we're not really understanding why. And you may not for months. And you may turn around and say, oh, well, thank goodness that thing happened. And you're going to feel this sense of satisfaction. Thank goodness that thing happened, because here I am and I'm in a way better place and things are really going the way I want them to. It's like the universe making that adjustment for you. Beyond your control this week is the Eight of Swords. So this is about feeling a little stuck, but just know that you can get out of it. So you're going to have the stuck feeling and it's kind of beyond your control. Again, maybe this message comes in and changes everything for you. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Page of Pentacles. So it's either your secret desire to have a new path in the material or the financial, or some of you changing jobs or getting promoted or moving up, or are you trying to avoid that? Are you trying to just kind of stay where you are? But it looks to be some sort of possible new path for you. Again, is it your secret desire? If so, go for it. If you're trying to avoid that, that's also fine. Just understand the answer to that question and why you answer it in that way. All right, what's in your outcome position is, look, you're going to be just fine. And I swear that this is the outcome too. And it might have been in that Libra, maybe an earlier reading though. But 10 of Pentacles is about long-term wealth security. So whatever this little blip that's going on, it doesn't affect your long-term plan. It just maybe changes the road you were taking to it, if that makes sense. It will make sense for some of you. So take that for what it's worth. What is hidden from you at the bottom of the deck here is there's no conflict with the Five of Swords. That's usually our conflict and maybe, words exchanged and that sort of thing. So no, none of that really happens. And I almost feel like, um, I don't know, maybe you wanted a promotion and you didn't get it, that sort of thing, but you're stable and you're good. Things are okay. Doesn't really affect your long-term plan. It's that kind of feeling that I get, that maybe something you wanted, you didn't get it. You're a little disappointed about it. You're feeling a little stuck, but you get yourself out. And at the end, again, it doesn't affect your long term. And it might be some way that the universe is trying to get you to this long term in a way that you can't really see yet. So hang in there, Capricorn. That's what I'm saying. Through whatever adversity this might be for you, you're going to be fine in the end. All right, let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Capricorn this week is to revive the dormant. Interesting. Revive the dormant. Think about that as a message. I'm not even sure which card I would relate that to. Sometimes it relates to a tarot card that's on the table, but sometimes it really doesn't. But revive the dormant. There might be something here, and maybe there's something that you have, a seed that you've planted. And this, by reviving the dormant, is there a dormant friendship? Is there a dormant relationship that's out there? There might be something that does need a little bit of a revival. But make the appropriate adjustments like your card says, and you're going to be just fine. All right, let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Capricorn this week. And the card that you get is the card called Choice. Worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. Okay. Make adjustments, be able to handle any outcome, revive the dormant. I do feel like this is a disruptor, but I think you're going to be fine. I think, again, it's the universe kind of shifting something in a way that you don't even quite understand yet. Saying no to you about something so that it can say yes later. So Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. I hope there's something that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. Of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know, what's going on with you, or if anything resonated, or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you as well. Also, if you hit like and subscribe, thank you so much for doing that. It helps my channel. I appreciate that so much. If you're a subscriber, come back next week and we will see where this story goes. So thanks so much for being here, Capricorn, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.